Good evening. Where's my camera? And welcome to another stream from Mr. Lego Brick. Tonight we are going to be building another one of these little city boxes. So I picked these up the other day at Lego Shop, and they're cool little builds. They're only they're both 70 pieces. So today we're going to do this pizza and fire truck. I don't think that's quite what's on the cards for what I've wrote down, but it's fine because I am literally just going to be doing a stop motion, and I'm going to do the minifigures today as well, so you will see those and how I build those. I'm going to try and do this a bit like a how-to because I'm preparing myself to film a how-to video. Anyway, the set we're building today is obviously going to be similar to what we built the other day, which are these two little ones here. I didn't do minifigures last time, so I will do all of them at the end, and I'll do a sort of minifigure how to, and I might just turn this camera off at that point and film it or something like that. I've just noticed I've made the screen ultra wide, but that's because I was doing some stuff with my monitor. So apologies. I will see if I can fix that before we get fully into it. I might just have to make the background super duper wide. In theory, this will look better on a phone, which it does already. At least it does on my phone. So, also, it's upside down. Probably should check I've got sound. I do have sound, even better. I like it when I have sound. I don't like it when I can't see comments. So if you want to chat along today, feel free. Obviously, there's always comments and everything afterwards. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe because, you know, you're on YouTube and that helps the channel apparently. Right. So, little tour of the setup. I've got lights up there, I've got a light there, and I've got a light there. You don't need 4 lights, you can get away with 3 or 2. Best with 3. I'm just going to set this GoPro a bit closer so you can have a good view of what's going on. The camera with the Mr. Lego Brick on it currently, the scene there, that will show you what I'm building, but that is a very low frame rate. I'm wondering whether to give myself a bit more space. So, I'm going to. Right. What I'm going to do today is something a little tad different. Whoops. And I'm going to film like this from up here. I'll try it. Something I've been meaning to do for a while is try and have the camera coming in from up here. You'll see. It probably makes no sense right now, but I've got the camera on a tripod and then it's on this boom arm sort of thing, which you can't see at all. It's on a big arm which can move forwards and backwards, and I'm going to try and have that come in a lot closer. Right. First off, we need to open the set. I'm just going to get stuff out of the way. So I use a program called Digicam Control. I'm going to try my best right now to improve the look of this because I do apologise. This may take a moment. How do I scale this? There we go. There we go, that's better for a start. I'm not going to bother too much. I'll look to improve this for next time, but for now, let's just keep it simple. I was just wondering if you could have my last photos appearing. Not without complication. No, I will do that. What I'll do is play around when I'm not streaming because it's so unprofessional. Anyway, once I touch my mic, let's go. For some reason, my set is really dirty, but you won't see it too much on the camera. What I'm going to do just to start is pop a car there that's already built, give myself an idea of what I'm looking at, find it using my actual camera. There it is. Then I'm going to get into focus. So if you look at that top right corner now, you should be able to see a car. Now I'm going to come and bring it in a bit closer. And the reason I wanted to do this is not just because I'm a sad sack and wanting to play with my tripod, which it really is. It's actually because I want to be able to use this. So when I do animations, not necessarily builds, what I want to be able to do is have the boom arm move left and right, zoom in and out, all that sort of stuff. You can't probably see it all what I've done because I'm in the dark. So when you're filming stop motion, ideally you do want to be in the dark and only have your lights on, so that light your set. Obviously I have a bit of problem that I have the computer running right next to it with the YouTube, etc. The YouTube. I like these because they come in 2 boxes. So, what do we want to build first? I say we do fire truck because he looks cool. Then we'll do pizza truck. So fire truck is bag 2. I'm going to just move that. Now what I'm going to do. So, like I said, the program I use is called Digicam Control. And that is just an open source camera control program that allows me to use my keyboard to take photos from my camera. You can use a phone, you don't have to, or you can just take them direct onto your phone, you don't have to use this. But it's an open source program that is it is okay. I'm not going to say it's very good. It is good. It's very clever for what it does, but there are issues. It does break it now and then. Wow, I've not seen the fluorescent fire lady outfit. That's cool. I am not keeping this figure, I can guarantee. Wait. Did they always have little like detail on the back? Or is that a new thing? Because my old it used to put like a red and a yellow stud on there to represent buttons. Interesting. Right. So as per the last ones, I'm going to sort of angle it just there. Maybe I might do this one side on, you know. But to do that, I'm going to put some blue tack onto the base there and here. I should have started recording this because then I could have used this video. And I'm just going to get it right into the middle. So that's it. I've already taken a blank shot. Oh, we are not on. Right, I didn't want to take that because it's not where I want it. So take a picture before it goes down. Now, I'd normally do this in twos, but because it's a special day, mostly because these sets have barely any pieces, I'm going to do this in threes. I'm going to ignore the Technic pins this time. So last time I've done the Technic pins straight away. Ignoring Technic pins. And I need to work out which is the front and which is the back. This is the front. Cool. Reason for that is because obviously I want the front to be towards the front of the set. Now, when I say I'm doing it in twos, so what I do, I put a brick down, take a picture, and unless, of course, the program has frozen, so how I was saying it's rubbish, sometimes it freezes for no apparent reason. I don't know if it's something to do with my cable or something to do with the program or what, but it has a little hitty fit. So, joys of starting and it breaking straight away is right here. So, let's relaunch. And while it's relaunching, I might just try and sort this out. So I'm going to put myself on that side. I'm going to put the main view here. Going to put this one above. Sorry, you're literally watching me change. So let's do something a bit interesting. DaVinci. So I'm going to try and do. So this is the Lego bricks one. Let's increase the size of my live view there. Now, if we go to here, I've got something interesting for you to look at, hopefully. Can't believe this has happened again. It's actually so annoying. Right. I'm just trying to work out what you can see there. Right. Give you a view of the whole screen. Then we'll just drag it edge to edge. I do apologise, but this is probably the most interesting thing I can do right now. There we go. Right. Normally you can see that that's trying to load. But if I put this over the top, I don't think you'll see a lot. There we go. That'll do for now. Hey, Johnny. Thank you so much. As you can see, I'm enjoying full-on technical difficulties today. So thank you for your message. The program that should be connected to the camera has decided to take a break. So as soon as the camera comes back, I'll be on it. What I was going to do, what I'm trying to get to, is give you a preview of what we did last time. If I go full screen, does that work? There we go. Don't know if this looks really dull. No sound yet, but this is what it looks like. So far. And hopefully that Digicam control will be open in a minute. I've just realised that is right in front of the program I'm trying to open, is right in front of the actual video. What I might try to do is just whack it on the returning bit for a minute. While I wait for this to come back, have a drink, and then we'll get on with this build. Okay, and I think I'm just trying to find which program I was using. Let's get rid of that. I see. We need to reset that. Let's just resize this so you can have a good view. I shouldn't have messed. I really should not have messed with this. But there we go. Damn. See, normally I have like the manual and all sorts appearing, so it's going to be fun. I can tell. I can already tell. Oh my god, I don't want to do that, do I? Can't park him down there. No, he's not. He's a widescreen boy, so oh well, that'll do for now. It's probably more my GoPro. I'm just gonna have to sort this another time when I'm not trying to do an actual build. Right, just gonna find Digicam control, take a picture. You know, I could probably make that appear. Thinking about it. There's a lot going on, but essentially across the bottom here, you can now see all my settings and different bits that happen. I'll fix this next time, but it is better in widescreen. Anyway, so what I need to do is just see. So yeah, I put the brick on, I push it down, I take a picture. And then I repeat. So put the brick on, push it down. And if you were watching that video a moment ago, you will see that it looked like the bricks were connecting themselves, like they were putting themselves down. And I have seen you message Joy. I was calling you John, I just realised that's Joy. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Joey Sus? For a moment there, I thought the camera was fading again. Well, not the camera, Digicam control. I am gonna upgrade my setup. So I'm just jumping ahead for a minute, skipping the other part of this going on the other side, just because I want to see what happens here. And because I want it to be able to see. So I want the camera to be able to see what's going on. Just have massive hair in that. So what I do, I delete the picture, I take another one. And this is actually going to go down in 3 pictures, just to change the pace of the build slightly. Again, I produce at 12 frames, generally 12 frames per second, so 24 frames per second, but each picture's doubled. So working on 2s. I'm going to turn this set around this time. So we're now going to pop this one in. I have just clicked as well. I hope it's fine. So my camera is a bit of an odyssey. It will take full-size framed photos if I don't have the live capture on. If I have the live capture on, it will take a widescreen photo. It's a bit weird. I didn't have the live view on here, but it is on the computer. I'm not even looking at the instructions, I just know what I'm doing. I've built that much Lego now. It's become that easy. This actually reminds me of like a Micro Machines fire truck I had as a kid. I think it was even Micro Machines Hot Wheels. I think it was Micro Machines one. You know what, I don't need to turn this truck around at all. Ladder's going to connect. That's actually where it's supposed to go. I thought I was going to have to move the ladder. Oh well. So when I put a minifigure in, I like to bend their legs a little bit. It's really weird me looking at that now, although I've changed everything. I don't know why I didn't do an ultra wide update before. Am I going to be able to move ahead? What faces she got? I do like looking at minifigure faces to work out what face they've got and if I can use it in something else. So now it's time for wheels. I did say at the start, I'll repeat it again now. This time I am literally going to slide the wheels in on their little pegs, on their little Technic pins. So this side first. I'm going to do one at a time today, just so if you're watching the videos, actually it will mix things up a bit. And again, going in 3. This is where it's going to get hard, because now the set could move slightly. And one of the things stop motion, you want to keep everything as still as possible. If it's your tripod, your set, if a single thing moves, everything moves. And looks jittery and wobbly and horrible. It doesn't look horrible, but it looks less professional. Right. Fire Lady is looking good. So she's going to lean forward, face forward. And we're going to start moving us. So I've just moved a very slight amount. Now there is blue tack under there. So as it comes out, I'm just going to try and get it all up so it's not visible to the camera. And also, as I push this forward, I'm making sure those wheels turn. As in, noticeably turn. So if you turn a wheel, and like these ones have got 3 little spokes, and they end up in the same place as what they started, then you are screwed. Right, so that's now out of shot, so we're going to take a blank shot. Going to get the blue tack off for now. Then we're going to move on to car 2. And yes, it is a lot of work doing stop motion. So I've built my Line Lights castle, if you've seen that on the channel. 4,500 bricks, 40 odd hours worth of animation. It was a lot. Right, I'm going to do this. So the others have all sort of had their own little, they've come back onto the screen. This one's just gonna not preview for too long, please. So to keep things even, I'm going to put a brick separator there and move it to the end of the brick separator. And this way I have a constant sort of speed. And you could put markers if you've got in your software ways to put markers down, you can do that. Obviously something like this, it's going to take a lot longer. I sometimes use Lego bricks themselves. I'll move a certain number of studs. Obviously this sort of bit I can go back and film later as well, but it's not too bad if I've messed that up a bit. There we go. So car 1 done. That's quite cool. Quite like that. You haven't quite got the lighting for the GoPro. So let's move on to car number 2, and then we're going to come back and do the minifigures. So I didn't check that I've done it because I haven't really seen the instructions. But yes, I have done it. Drink. Yeah. And actually, when I'm building stop motion, it can be as little as 100 bricks an hour, which is actually shocking. But we get there. Right, this time I'm going to build this one straight down, I think, because I don't feel like there's a lot at the back. There's a flag, which is fine. We can do that. So there we go. So yeah, this is what I was saying. This is a brick drop. So you place the brick on, push it down slightly, push it down slightly more, and push it down all the way, and that will really look like the brick just comes down onto the set. And in fact, if I give me a moment, if I start playing and if I add a so if I add this one in, let's put it down here. No, I'm going to put it up here. But I'm going to, sorry, I'm really messing tonight, but it's okay. So, talking about the brick drop, if you watch this video, you can see each of the pieces sort of coming down. So there you go, those slide in, those click on, and you see them drop, drop, drop. And that's what I'm saying when I say brick drop. That's getting that animation it's easy because we just put it on, place it there. Oh, I'm not taking pictures because I'm not on the right app. And we can do that. And in fact, if you push it down in one, it would look like you just go straight down. This will give it a bit of a jolty action, which is cool. It's different. Right, what I'm going to do is pop this flag on now because you're not going to see it later. what I will do, now interestingly the focus is slightly not where I want it. I'm just going to change that. Hopefully it's not too noticeable. I do like these cars, they're wicked. I love the art. I hope they make more of these, because it very much reminds me of a bit like Super Mario, a bit like there was a Lego Racers game which I'm going to play, and I'm going to actually I'm going to stream it at some point when I get around to playing it again. Oh, I like this, I like this, I like this. Now, normally when pieces repeat like they're about to, I would put them both on at the same time. I'm not doing that today because there's barely any parts in these cars and the videos are going to be like 10 seconds as it is. I might even re-record these videos because they're so quick and easy to do. So normally I will record stuff and then put it up to TikTok as well. So I do have a TikTok if you're interested. I put minifigure spins on there, I don't really put anything else on there generally. But I'll reproduce the video in the correct size for TikTok because it's easier. I love this cheese layer. This is awesome. I'm trying to think of a cheese pun, but I cannot think of one, which is horrendous for me. Should have prepared some cheese puns. I'm hoping this isn't too light. I could have got the chef to actually put his stuff onto the car. Would have been quite cool. Alright, he was making a pizza. Idea for next time. Little bits of green. I love that it actually looks like a pizza slice. And that it has a yellow steering wheel. I really hope Lego make more of these. Because I just want a whole collection and I want to do some racing with them. Forget Speed Champions. This is where it's at. You know when you get to the end and you've got a big piece and you just know you've done something wrong. Yet somehow you haven't. Because every part is still there correct. Where was I supposed to put that? On the back, at the start. And then what? Then I'm supposed to put that there. Okay, it's fine because of where that sits. We'll get the chef into it, and then I'll change it. Mamma mia! Oh, does he wear his race helmet or does he wear his chef's hat? I'm keeping them in their actual attire at the moment. As much as I'm a big advocate of making sure you wear helmets for crazy stuff. And again, you're just going to put the wheels straight on. Hey, average Lego man, how are you doing? I feel like we have spoke before. Blech. I'm 99% sure that you have definitely spoke to me before. So actually, this is, if each wheel is taking 3 clicks to go on. I'm doing well, thanks, yeah. Better than I was a few weeks ago, that's for sure. When I was having all sorts of fun problems. So for each wheel is taking three pictures to go on, that's 3 frames, and I'm producing at 12 frames per second animation. That means this little section you're currently watching is 1 second of video. 1 second for the wheels to go on. I definitely think you have been on a stream before. The odd name does ring a bell, and yours does. Right, Chefy, he's going to turn his wheel like this, and then he's going to drive like that to the left, or our right as viewers. And as he does, see, he's got a problem because he's got a flag. Also, we just left a piece of blue tack behind. Let's delete that last picture and take another one. Should have had an Italian flag. What have I've got a piece of random sticky tape stitching. I actually don't find. I'm about to do figures, so stay there and watch for the figures because I'm about to do figures. Let me zoom this across and I'll show you how I animate figures. I don't find building sets too hard to animate because as long as you put a bit of pre-thought into it of where the camera sits, keeping your set perfectly still, it's not too bad. And obviously sticking your set down. Right, he's going to now zoom in. So I'm going to have him zoom all the way across there. I'm going to actually, now I can move this because it's be a bit better. I'm going to zoom my whole camera out so I've got more space to have him travel across. So he's going to go all the way across there. There we go. And once again, I'm just going to... Oh, I did say I was going to fix this because I did it wrong. Okay, hold there, and I will be doing minifigures in a minute, animating. But first, I'm going to sort his car out because I didn't build it quite right. There we go. Oh yeah, stop motion is ridiculously time consuming. That is for sure. I said earlier on the stream actually, the castle I did is 4,500 pieces. It took over 40 hours to make that one animation, but it looks awesome. Yep, sticky tack, blue tack, white tack, this stuff, it is everywhere in here. I have children who steal it constantly and stick stuff on their walls. So yeah, 100% sticky tack. So if I'm doing a set, oh, was my hand in there? No, if I'm doing like an animation, and I'm using, so I don't think you can see it, but behind me I've got a load of Western stuff, and I've done a little Western animation before, somewhere on the channel. Go check it out. I think it's called the Bandit from memory. It's for a competition. All four corners of each base plate was stuck down. In fact, I do little animations within the builds as well. But yeah, normally all four corners, bit in the middle. The desk is solid. The tripod is solid. Nothing is ever going anywhere when I'm filming. I also use it sometimes if you're animating figures and it's a figure you can get multiples of. It's so I don't think I posted it. I did a Christmas stop motion last year for my children. I don't think I posted it to the channel because it was like a family thing. But I haven't got any to hand. I will get, say, 3 or 4 figures of the same figure. So like the Batlord that came out ages ago, I have an animation in the works for him. Can't see him anywhere. But I brought loads of him. The reason being, like, if I'm doing a walk cycle, instead of moving his legs each time, I will set one figure to his right leg forward pose, another figure to his neutral pose, another figure to his left leg forward pose, and if he needs backwards legs, I'll try, if I can, I'll try and have a figure for each of the poses, and you can find there can be 6 or 7 of those. So if you want to get multiples, you need a lot. But at the same time, if you actually have like 3 or 4, you can just, so you'll put the figure down. Let's get Sheffy. So what I'm saying is you'll have Sheffy here walking along, and that'll be one pose, and then you'll have another one where his arms are the other way, his legs are the other way, another one where he's central, and that will speed up your water cycles so much because you can just switch them all out and you don't make mistakes. Because if you have a little piece of Lego at the side, you take him off, you put him to the back, you take that one on, and you move them forward, if that makes sense. I will do a video on that, on how to do a walk pose with multiple of the same Lego figures. Be aware, Santa Claus, which I have multiple of, does change over the years, so that if you film him from the front, he looks different. I'll do a video on that. Anyway, right now I'm about to animate Lego figures and building Lego figures. Again, you can see sticky tack everywhere on this. Let me face it this way. I'm gonna just mess with my tripod for a minute. Yes, Clone Troopers, again, 501st have different markings, so make sure you're using the same, but we all have hundreds of those, don't we? I look up there and I can see like 7 or 8 just on my wall. So yeah, if you do animating Clone Troopers, 100% use one and use that for a walk cycle. Give it a good go. Also, pick-a-brick figures. If you're getting figures from a pick-a-brick, it'll work well. Whoa, that was not intended. Smash my camera. I think. Therefore I am. I'm just working out the height I need for this. So actually that's really, 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 really annoying. That's almost perfect. So when I say almost perfect, oh, my camera's come loose. Damn it, camera, you had one job. Nah, that's not going to work today. So what's important to me, sorry, I'm not messing with this. I don't know how well you can see, but I'm messing with my camera, messing with my angle here. If you look at this scene, you can sort of see me getting it in line. So what I'm trying to do is get the eye line of my figure just in line with the 2/3 marker on the camera. So if you see the little lines, they're called rules of thirds, and I want the first one to be in line with the figure, and that will give me just such sort of a perfect angle at his whole body and his whole face as he builds. Okay, I think that's the best maybe we're going to do. If you want to do an animation, do it. It's fun. It's enjoyable. There we go. Oh, what? Is he wonky? Is he standing wonky or is he wonky? Now the hard part is actually sticking this down without moving it too much. Yeah, always have rule of thirds on. Use it for your animations everywhere. Like moving stuff around, you will realize like where stuff is. If you like when I do builds, it's constant. I'm sort of working. I will slide something in on the line. Yeah, you can just about see the lines on that, I believe. Obviously, on my camera, they're almost black, so you can see every little detail. Again, super sticky, sticking it down, making sure he looks straight as well. And I might just do a last little adjust of the camera now. I need a bubble on top of my camera so I can tell when it's level. Also on my Lego set. There you go. I'm just going to do a test photo. And that's good. And actually, something else I haven't mentioned today, which I normally do. When you're taking any stop motion animations, you want to fix all your settings. So I can imagine animating Spider-Man's hard. You can I've got them here. If you know how to cut, I'm trying to think what the word's called. If you can cut items out of your sets, out of your pictures. So normally what I do is I take two photos. I'll take a blank photo of a scene and then say a photo where Spider-Man's swinging across, and I'll use these little clear Lego pieces. I don't know what they're called, Lego wires, but I've got the tubes and I've got these little arms, which are really useful for any sort of jumps or anything, because you can have them out of shot mostly, and then you only have a little bit in which you need to show to animate, to cut out, and you'll put your blank frame underneath and you go into your editing software and you just cut round your object that's come in. Just be aware of shadows and stuff like that. I was going to say something. Oh, camera settings are all fixed. So if you have a look on that horrible middle, so I've really messed up the scenes today, but that window with the grey border with the man in, they've all got men in front. The one there. To the left of that, there's all my settings which are fixed on this camera, and currently they're really nice because if you look at that photo I've just taken, the man stands out against the background even though it's a white background and he's white, and that's purely because of how my lighting is and how the camera is taking photos. Yeah, transparent pieces are wicked because if you cut them out, or if there's a piece still left on the Lego, so say I put a tube on the bottom of him, you can cut very close to it and no one's going to see a tiny flicker of transparent piece, or it will look like a bit of motion blur or something like that. So it's very, very useful. Also, invisible string, invisible sewing thread. I've got some of that which I have used previously. There's got a stream somewhere where I'm doing medieval town, and I have bees flying in using the string, and I didn't even bother cutting it out once I've done the build because it's so fine. Unless you're watching it in 4K on a massive TV, you're not seeing it. Right, I've got to remember the order in which I built minifigures now. Built this because I want them to be the same. And I've got to remember that they get their accessories, and I've got to remember to put their helmets on. And yeah. I don't know if I've released any, I've messed around with stuff. So I've got a Sonic set. I did a Sonic build ages ago, but I did try the sort of blue motion blur with him before, which it worked well, I think. I thought it worked well. This guy's got a helmet. She's got a compass. Sorry, I'm just getting the parts together. So we did hospital bed man first. So blank scene taken. I've just noticed I've got loads and loads of dust on there. I'm going to give. I've got a wipe. I have a piece of kitchen roll. And then I have a blower somewhere. There we go. Hopefully that'll look a bit better. That's so much better. It's shiny. Right, where those legs go. He can do a step. So he's just going to step onto that. And you'll notice I'm doing this in multiple pictures. There we go. Yeah, it looks, I agree, it looks amazing when you get the motion blur right. I've seen so much answer good, but if you sort of get it, it increases and decreases and stuff like that. It looks wicked. I will probably have a go at it at some point. I've always meant to get on to doing more and more animations. And I always end up coming back to builds because I've got 3 or 4 animations in the works currently. They will get there one day. There we go. So it's always about little movements as well. Don't know how obvious it was there, but yeah, I barely moved. Need an ambulance now. We've got a hospital bed. Need an ambulance. I've got his head stuck on him. Need to. Oh, bloody hell. That's insane. Okay, let's. There we go. I don't really want to do that. I'm just watching, see how much movement there was in that, because obviously I knocked the whole thing really. Wasn't too bad. And I love putting sound effects to the animation, to these. I've got like a list of sound effects I just use every single time now. I'm going to put this on his head, but then it's going to have to come straight back off. Normally I would put that down at least 3, and I did about 2 there. So he's going to lift up his hand. His hand's going to get a bandage. Never seen a Lego bandage before, so that's really cool. Just add a bit of animation. He's going to look over to it. Just twist it in his own hand a bit so he can see his bandage. And again, 6 frames is half a second, so I'm just making sure I've got about 6 frames here, because a half a second doesn't sound that long, but it is long actually in video terms when we're looking at stop motion. Right, unclip the bricks, and now I use the studs as markers here. So what I'm looking at is there's an alignment here, and there's a line here. And I move half a stud each time. I keep my hand down low so it's out of the shot. So now I'm lining up there, and then there, and repeat. And then just so that you know this hasn't been filmed, he's going to start putting his hand down. And I normally, when I'm doing movements, I do have a bit of a rule that I will move to this thing, the turner, I will move the turner, then I'll do the movements, and I'll try and keep them in the same order. So, move it, bandage move, head move. Make sure it's still stayed in place. Move it, bandage move, head move, same place. You can't even see the bandage move, so I'm just going to put that there. His face is forward, and we're back in line. And there we go. And this gives me exactly, I believe, 24 frames of rotation. Sometimes if they've got a really interesting feature on the back, I might do a couple of shorter movements here. Not today, because he's quite dull. He's just got his hospital gown on. Also, if it ever wobbles, I don't know if that was obvious on the camera, I always stop it, wait for the wobble to stop, otherwise I get blur. Right there, I just had to check there wasn't blur there. For the last one, I don't go all the way. I do a half movement, and then I do the final movement, paint the bricks on, because I know it will move if I do it any other way. There we go. Oh, what paintings Lego figures are you doing? See, I've thought about it. I've added paint for animation purposes and then immediately taken it off, so that his helmet won't hold in his hand. So again, piece of white tack, not much at all, just literally on the end there, where it's not going to be seen. Into his hand, squish it up. And we're just going to turn his hand slightly. Didn't realise he's got some light reflecting off him, that's annoying. And as that comes to there, obviously he's got his head bandage on. So hopefully we won't see it coming off now. Blue tack's off. I want to keep him as still as possible and not move his face. I'm just going to see how open it was last time. I'm just going to close his visor slowly as well. Don't know how his magical visor is closing, but it is. And he's just going to stand upright and square back on his little studs. And there we go. So once I've done the last frame, I actually extend to half a second before the next figure. And there we go. Right. Amelia Earhart time. She's a badass figure. She can do a spin kick in. There we go. There we go. And the last little shot. And then straighten her legs. She isn't going to do any floppy arms down because she's too cool for that. I'm sure I had a 90s Lego figure, a very similar jacket to that. Obviously nowhere near the detail level. Check. It's a shame they only have one face print. It's even more of a shame that her face print's quite odd. Right, just going to get it to look straight because I didn't realise she wasn't quite looking straight at the camera. And then similar to what we've just done actually, she's now going to whack her helmet on because otherwise she's bald. There we go. And I'm going to make sure her goggles are all the way up, as far as they can be, each shot. So, oh, don't lean back, little lady. There we go. I do like it when my Lego figures can dress themselves. This is what I was saying about the goggles, so I want it to be full up right now. Away comes the blue tap because the most so what, painting clone troopers? Oh, that's quite cool. What, to get all the different? Sorry, I was reading things. I got so invested in what I'm doing here that I forgot. Oh, she's bent down. So painting the different markings. So if you're into your painting, you might quite like this. Hang on, let me show you. So this is Star Wars Legion. It's obviously not Lego, but this is miniatures, a bit like Warhammer, that you paint. I'm in the middle of this set at the moment, so obviously this is the 212. Might be better on that. There you go. But these are, you get them on a sprue, you cut them out, you glue them together, and then you paint them. And I have actually considered starting a second channel doing these because this has been a lot of my year. But yeah, you can paint. You paint them all, and I've got a load of stuff drying over there. Let's have a look. We've got a Mr. Cad Bane here at the moment. He's halfway through my painting, and in fact, I'm doing the Bad Batch. Oh, need to not mix mess of stuff, but I was doing loads and loads of work on Tech just the other day, just getting all his red markings before I sort of dull him down in bits. But yeah, I can imagine painting Lego would actually be quite fun as well. But I've got into that quite a bit because I wanted to play the game more than anything originally, and I was actually I am gonna do a video on doing Legion using Lego figures. I haven't got the bases set up right now, but that will be coming very, very soon. But yeah, painting's fun. So Two Republic Command. So what do? Do you just take like a standard clone and you paint them up to look cool? Right, just gonna get her spin ready. I've literally that Tech. Oh my god. I looked at, so the Bad Batch, obviously they're quite grey, so I've just sort of given them base coats at the moment. They're all in grey, there's no markings yet. But I was like, oh, Tech's white, so he was sprayed white, and then I was like, okay, now I've got to start adding markings and bits to him. I did not realise how much leather work, how much markings he has, and you sort of paint and then you end up going back and touching up bits. So yeah, I've been doing that for a few days, but I've just started basing all like that. The 212 and whatever, I've just started adding their ground, so that's sort of taken up a bit of time the last few days. But I will be back onto Tech and Bane, and I've just got another Maul. That sounds cool. So what paints do you use? Is it like miniature paints and stuff like that? Because I've used, so there's a technical blood paint which I've actually have used previously to make blood splatters, and I always get really nervous of it not coming off the Lego. I try and normally just do it on the sets. Oh, that sounds cool. That's one of the things I love about the clones. Although they're clones, they are just so good that you can just have so many different characters within it. In fact, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be doing Cody later. So I've seen some really good custom Codys actually for Lego. Mostly because I was looking, because I've now got the Cody helmet all built up. And I was half thinking having the figs next to each helmet. But I've realised it's a bit harder than I expected. Right, she's going to go to her bum pocket and get out her little compass. There we go. I love making them do this action. So the compass, I'm going to put it flat in her hand. I'm going to get her off the stand first so I don't knock the stand over. There we go. I just realised this is only figure 2. Generally, a figure will take me 10 to 15 minutes to animate the build of a figure. And that is generally 10 seconds of video. That sounds cool. If you're really smart about it, you could take the body and the legs and the arms off to get it slowly becoming Venom. That looks good. She's going to freeze there. End of shot. Fire lady time. She's... Sorry, I just whacked the microphone trying to cough. Just going to change this to all chat. I didn't realise this was not all messages. There we go. Right, fire lady. We've done a walk. We've done a spin. We haven't done a kick. I'll have to follow you, average Lego man, so that I get, if I'm not already. I need to get back into watching more animations. Oh, I need a fire pole. She needs to come down the fire pole. Just double check my hand wasn't in that before I move on. There we go. So I'm not going to do, because I've done each of them putting the helmets on, her helmet's just going to drop on because it's just a bit bigger as well. It's going to be a bit more complex. So I always find the adding sound part takes the longest, longer than the actual animation. That's just, I've done a Heroica set build. So it's a game set from the 90s, from the noughties, 2000s. But I've filmed that ages ago. I can't remember if I did that on stream or not, but it's taken me so long to get the sounds into that. I'm nearly done, but I'm still not 100% there. And that's often where I find I actually get stuck is just getting these things across the line because of the sounds that need doing. Cool, chat to you soon. Good luck with your animation. Also, I think for the first time ever, I've worked it out so I can actually really see the chat coming in. So if you are there wanting to chat away. And don't forget, leave comment, like, all the standard stuff. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me comments below. And if you look in the video description, there is an Amazon link. So if you want to buy me any sets, hint hint, I will build them in stop motion. In a live stream for you. And I will even schedule it if that was the case. Rather than just what I seem to do at the moment, which is just decide on the night I'm going to do a stream. So I do have a stream coming actually, which I haven't set up. But it will be the build of Captain Rex, probably not in stop motion, his helmet. Because the last one I need to build. Because they're all up there, looking amazing, including the one that's been the Holy Grail set now for a long time, which is the Cypher Fighter pilot. No. I might need to take a tiny break because it sounds like I have a child waking up. Just checking her. Nope, she looks quite asleep. She's just shouting in her sleep. Yes, so if you're doing voice, I do that. So I've got one of my animations about 3 minutes long, like voice chatting. I've started animating to that. With the builds and things like that and the sword fighting, I normally actually just I'll film it and then and like this, I'll film it and animate it because it's animate to it because I know roughly what I'm going to take, etc. And the sound effects in that case are very much where they need to be. But obviously, yes, voicing has to be to that. Right, Chef Man. He had a helmet. He had a red helmet and a pizza box. We had a drop kick. We haven't had a front kick. See how quickly we can do this guy. It's mad that it's taking me longer to do the figures than it has to do the builds, I think. There we go. Alright, Pizza Dude can do one of my favourite drops I don't use too often, the 2-arm swing. And a little bit of over exaggeration. There we go. Mamma mia. Right, his hat's going to go on like normal. I think it's that way. Okay, that's straight enough. Then he's going to pull a pizza out of his back pocket, because all chefs keep pizzas in their back pocket. I can hear child. Enjoy your dinner. Have I ate tonight? Are you having pizza by any chance? Because that's what we're doing right now. Has it made you hungry seeing the chef? Whoa. Child is crying. I will have to have a 2-minute break and go see her. The only problem with props in the hand is they don't always look too good. Right, I'll be back in literally 1 minute. I just need to go and make sure that this child is okay. And we're back. I don't know which one it was now. There we go. I'm leaving it on that one today because I messed up all my settings. Right, so Pizza Man was about to start his turn, I believe. And he's going to throw the pizza over his head after the end of this. Oh, let's just get back to live. There we go. Oh, are we selected? What are we on? What are we on? What are we on? Not the control that I wanted to be on. Again, just moving this figure the exact same intervals of one stud. I'm not going to add any movement to him because. So when I do like figures with swords and stuff, I like to have them all. Oh, cheeseburger sounds good. I like to. So I've just seen your message. I like to have them all sort of doing something at the end. I am rushing this one a bit tonight because I just want to get it done. Get a video out there. I have realised I think I've got 2 or 3 videos ready to go almost, so I will be posting something soon. Me just getting them over that final hurdle sometimes takes a tiny bit of effort. I need a house in the background so we can Walter White it. So this is how we throw a pizza. So now we're doing big movements because he's leant down slowly. And now he's going to toss the pizza. Now, what we can do is be smart. So a bit of blue tack on the edge of the pizza box to the back of his hat. To the back of his hat. And put it a bit lower. It's more visible there than I really would have liked. But it's okay. So these transparent sticks I was saying about earlier. Annoyingly, I'm going to get in the way of my own light a bit here. What we can do is turn it around slightly so there's more motion on the pizza box. I'm going to add another stick just because it will give me more arm length. I'm trying not to catch the light with this. But I'm getting it in the blur of the background, if you notice. Then we have to fold it down. Right. So that's just sort of hopefully not too noticeable now. It's hidden in the background a bit. And our man is going to pop his helmet on. And as if by magic, his other hat's going to vanish. And that's it done. That's that bit done. So I will quickly show you. I'm not going to add sounds, but I'm just going to move my figures there so they don't get child napped. I'm probably going to add some racing animations in, something like that, a bit later. Not right now. But you've seen how I do the figures. You've seen how I do the builds. So now let's zip over to the main computer and you can see how I do the animations. So give me 1 minute for setup. Yeah, give me a minute and then we'll be ready. I'm just going to turn this one. Yeah, I'll put it on returning soon. Just for a moment. I'm just working out which one I want you to view. Test, test, test. Can you hear me now? I'm so sorry, I did not realise. So sorry. Didn't. Oh my god, realised my spacebar wasn't working. Also, my spacebar isn't working. Useful. I'm really finding technology is failing me at the moment. I can also hear myself on my phone, so that's quite funny. Okay, what I've been doing is I've dragged all the files that I made into a folder in Eclipse, this in DaVinci. So this is DaVinci Resolve. I've dragged all my photos into a folder I've made in here. I've only selected the ones from today because obviously I already made the video the other day, and dropped them in. And I was just moving the minifigure clips around because for some weird reason I thought, no, for some weird reason in my own head, I thought it'd look better if they built the figure and then built the car, rather than what I normally do with most videos is I have all the minifigures build and then the video plays. It was so this is actually got, I set this scene up the other day for recording the whole monitor, and I completely forgot to add any audio input to it, so it can capture the output from the screen but not any input, so it's got input now. Extra winning. Anyway, what I'm doing here, so after each minifigure plays, so build the car, and you've got a little race, right, this guy. So when I do YouTube Shorts and TikTok, I need a slight buffer at the start and end of the video. So I put about a quarter of a second. So I produce at 24 frames per second each picture. So if I go onto a random picture and open up, the duration is 2 of a frame. So that's 1 second. So this is a seconds, this is frames. 2 frames means it's 12 frames per second timeline. But I produce at 24 because it's better for YouTube, and it means I've got play if I want to speed things up. So the opposite, I'm slowing things down. I put that to 6, so that's a quarter of a second that little play appears for before the figure starts building. It's really going to lag now because it likes to do that sometimes. Then my spacebar is not working. There we go. At the end of the figure, so the very last frame, you see the figure 4. I set that to normally half a second. Today I'm doing 24 frames, which is a whole second, just to extend the length of this video. And then same again with the plate. Nino, Nino. And the last one is the chef. See how I did a throw on this one, so let's see. Yeah, it looked alright. It went a bit wonky at the end, but I think that looks okay. So just setting this to a second again, and setting that to 6 for a second. There we go. And then we build his car, yep, and then he drives off into the sunset with his pizza. How was your cheeseburger? Right, this is going to be interesting because my audio capture, I have no idea where it's going currently. Apparently it's my speakers. That could be good. So sounds, we were talking about sounds earlier. Let's add a track. Let's not do that. Let's add a different track, an audio track. And as you can see, I have so many things on the go. This is only one project bin. Sound effects, Lego. Right. I'll be honest, I'm probably not even going to listen to the sounds. I just know. I've got that far into building these that I know what sounds I need. So these sounds are just ones I found on the internet. I think they were in some sort of royalty-free thing. But they're all Lego sounds. They're all really good. I'm assuming you can hear them because I kind of can't. There we go. I'm not going to bother with sounds on these. I could. Oh, this is a problem. If I start doing this, it becomes dangerous. I'm doing it. I've just committed myself to doing this, and I don't know why I've done that. So I'm not bothered too much about this because I don't think the sound's going to matter too much. I'm going to put a click one there because I can tell there's a gap. Okay, and wheels are going to have to be attached. Why did I start this? Right, I haven't got a car sound currently. Have I got a car sound currently? I just looked in there. No, I will find some car sounds to add to this. Some little wheel screeches and stuff. I'm going to copy all these. And what I'm going to do, let's jump forward. And see if this works. Okay, I'll have to change that. But you get the idea of how the click sounds work. It is very, very simple. It works very well. And that's how I make my animations. I'm going to have to be back in a minute. In fact, I'm going to end the stream here tonight. So I'll get this video out very soon. So enjoy. And I'll see you all again soon. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and enjoy. Right, apologies. Yep, I just had to run. I'll play this through once, and you can see what's been made with the sound effects. They might not be all correct yet. But yeah, please come and watch the next stream. Please give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. And this video will be out very soon. Don't forget to check out that Amazon wish list and hopefully love and the like and everything.